Hey whales, happy Sunday. Let's go over Tesla and recap the markets for tomorrow's trading session. For those that don't know me though, I'm a full-time trader. I do these updates every single day. And if you want my actual trades though guys, come join Discord. I give my exact entries, targets, stop losses, everything that you need here to succeed. So if you need help in figuring out when to get into companies like Tesla, Amazon, Nvidia, come join. You're going to make a lot of money with us. So we will see you guys here. All right, with that said, let's dive in. So coming into this week, guys, I expect choppiness around these lows, right? Potential 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, finishing off all of a C wave. And now we're looking to see whether or not Tesla can hold these lows and essentially make a new bullish sequence. If Tesla can hold these lows, then we're going to take the inverse fibs from the swing highs down to the swing lows. I'm going to tag on the 382 fib levels. And you can see that anywhere between 320 up to 386 is sort of that landing zone if we can make that bullish sequence. Now, we have to sort of time this with Bitcoin, right? Because it does look like Tesla and Bitcoin are sort of intertwined in terms of the same structure. So I'm expecting Bitcoin to continue pumping up. And when this is the case, when Tesla does reach this 321, even up to 386 level, we're going to have to let the markets decide what it's going to do, whether or not it's going to do something like this, a double correction down to the $150 level, all right? Or it can hold this higher low and push higher, ultimately making higher highs and higher lows to all-time highs, okay? So if you take a look at Bitcoin right now, essentially we have all 5 waves in, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, finishing off of wave 1. You can see that we have an ABC correction, right? And now it's doing the same thing as Tesla. We have the invalidation levels signifying that as long as the price stays above the invalidation level, we can call the bullish sequence in the blue path. And Bitcoin's trying to go for a 1, 2. And on this dip for the 2 wave, it's going to try to hold the higher low against this last low at the invalidation level. Right? So I'm expecting Bitcoin to at least bounce to right here. And then the markets are going to decide whether or not it's going to do a double correction for a 2 down here closer to 50K. Which will bring Tesla down to 100, or it can make something like this, right? Hold this higher low, and then ultimately consolidate and push even higher, okay? So we're looking for the same thing on Tesla here, same structure. So we really need to keep a lookout for what Bitcoin is doing, especially on a daily level. If I go down to the 30-minute time frame here, let's go down to Tesla, okay? So a few things that I want to take a look at. Again, we have a 3, 4, 5 finishing off all of the end, right? And now we can go for a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th wave before a larger dip. And on this dip, we need to see if Tesla can hold this invalidation level as long as price stays above. No matter how deep this retracement is, right, it's considered a dip buy if you're bullish on Tesla. So based on last week's price action, our Discord group, right, we longed here. At 230 as well as 242 here on Tesla. So we're risk-free right now, right? Our stops are at the entry levels, and we're looking to see whether or not Tesla can pump up one more time for this wave 5 before the ABC correction, right? So if you're a long-term investor in Tesla, keep accumulating, especially under 250 bucks. If you're a trader on Tesla, you want to buy on the dips here, right? Whether it's the A dip coming up or the C dip right here, with the invalidation levels and the stop losses underneath that invalidation level around 212, right? So you're playing for a potential, what we call a leading diagonal. This is typical at the lows, right? So you sort of get this wedge formation, ultimately break down, and then it pumps up, okay? So you're playing for that sort of structure. You need to see a 3, 4, 5 wave kick in, right? All I see is 3 waves. So don't be surprised if, Tesla can do something like this as well, right? But we want to see 5 waves in. Then, as a trader, you can buy the dip, stop loss underneath invalidation, looking for higher at 320 against over to 380, right? So that's sort of your main targets moving forward here. The great thing is, so far, right, we do have a daily bullish divergence on Tesla here, right, a double bottom. And even on Bitcoin here, you have a bullish divergence on the daily time frame, right? So you can see price is going lower, but the indicators are heading higher, right? And this pivot's about to give up, about to break, right? We're still not there yet, but if Bitcoin can break above this pivot here, right, we finish the downtrend cycle. So we're going to see Bitcoin sort of break out towards the upside, right? Towards the upside, and then it's going to reset and then keep going on sort of its cycle here, right? So that's exactly what we want to see. So let's see how Tesla and Bitcoin performs. Overall, you should be ultimately buyers at these levels, right? We're significantly at the lows here, so I'd be careful if you're a bear, right? If you're a bear, you may just want to short the bounces and not really short these lows here, right? Very risky. Until then, I'll talk to you guys soon, and have a great rest of your Sunday.